So, ladies and gentlemen, Major League Baseball has finally decided to right a wrong, actually, to them. It looks like Dave Parker and Dick Allen are finally going to make the Baseball Hall of Fame after years being either snubbed or incorrectly banned. Now, Parker and Allen will be inducted on July 22nd, along with players voted in by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Dave Parker, the Cobra, who was a big inspiration to me as a young child. I used to swing one of his trademark bats as a young player. I also played on a team, the Belden Mooseheads, that had the Pittsburgh Pirates colors in tribute to the We Are Family year of '79. Now, the rifle-arm outfielder and the '78 National League MVP for the Pirates, and Dick Allen, the feared slugger for the Phillies, and the '72 American League MVP for the Chicago White Sox, again are the new members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. This was announced late evening, December 8th. Parker, who is now 73, hit .290 with 339 homers and 1,493 RBIs from 73 to 91, making 7 All-Star teams. He also played a few games with the Blue Jays in his career. Allen, who died in 2020, hit .292 with 351 homers and 1,019 RBIs from 63 to 77. He was also a 7-team All-Star. Now, the Classic Baseball Era Committee ballot can consider players, managers, and executives of umpires whose primary contributions came prior to 1980. A screening committee selected 8 distinguished finalists for the final vote, with candidates needing to receive at least 12 votes from a 16-person committee that consisted of Hall of Famers Paul Molitor, Eddie Murray, Tony Perez, Lee Smith, Ozzie Smith, and Joe Torre, plus 5 executives, owners, and 5 media members, historians. Parker was named on 14 of the 16 ballots, while Allen was on 13. They will be inducted again in the Hall of Fame on July 27th, along with players voted in by the Baseball Writers Association of America, whose balloting will be announced on January 21st. Other candidates on this year's ballot include John Donaldson, a star pitcher in the Negro Leagues and a pre-Negro Leagues player for more than 30 years, Negro Leagues players and manager Vic Harris, pitcher Tommy John, the winner of 288 games and a pioneer patient in elbow ligament replacement surgery, former Dodgers and Padres first baseman Steve Garvey, third baseman Ken Boyer, who had the pleasure of meeting at Cooperstown many years ago. He was also the '64 NLP, and former Red Sox pitching legend Louis Tiant. John received 7 votes. The others each received less than 5. Now, Parker, nicknamed the Cobra, was one of the best all-around players in the major leagues from '75 to '79, winning back-to-back batting titles with the Pirates in '77 and '78, and captured the '78 MVP award when he hit .334 with 30 homers on 117 RBIs. He won the World Series crown with the Pirates in '79 and the Athletics in '89. It was also known for his powerful throwing arm, immortalized in the 1979 All-Star Game when he threw out one runner at third base and another at home plate in a great, move and catch and move by Gary Carter. The middle of his career, although was impacted by drug use, injuries, and weight issues, but he returned to his hometown Reds in '84 and revitalized his career with a second-place finish in the MVP vote in '85, where he hit .312 with 34 homers and a league-leading 125 RBIs. Parker would later move on to Oakland, where he became the respected veteran designated hitter, alongside Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco for the Brass Brothers teams in '88 and '89. Now, Parker peaked at just 24.5% on the BBWAA ballot, and it appeared on 3 previous veterans ballots, never receiving enough votes to register. While modern analytics don't rate him a strong Hall of Fame candidate with a 40.1 career WAR, he fares better in the traditional counting stats. 2,712 hits, 339 home runs, and 1,493 RBIs. Throw in a .290 career average and the MVP award, it was enough to finally get him in. Parker, who was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2012, has also remained a fan favorite, especially among those who remember his peak years in the late 1970s. Now, as for Allen, he was one of the hardest-hitting sluggers of his era, leading his league 4 times in OPS, 3 times in slugging, and twice in homers. The '72 AL MVP with the White Sox, Allen had one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time with the Phillies in '64, when he hit .318 and led the NL total bases and runs scored. A controversial player during his career, he was traded 5 times. He was also a victim of racial abuse when he played for Arkansas in the minor leagues in '63 and during his years with the Phillies. Allen put up huge numbers in a low offensive context in the late '60s and early '70s, known as the pitching era, and modern analytics helped make him a more viable Hall of Fame candidate. His adjusted OPS plus of 156 is tied for 16 among players since 1900 with at least 5,000 plate appearances. That's the same as Frank Thomas and higher than Willie Mays and Henry Aaron at 155. During his peak years from 64 to 74, Allen ranked 5th in home runs, 7th in RBIs and runs scored, 2nd in slugging, 1st in OPS plus, and 6th in WAR among possession players. He topped out at just 18.9% to his 15 years on the BBWAA ballot, where his totals of 351 home runs and fewer than 2,000 career hits, 1848, were held against him. He had appeared on 6 previous Veterans Committee ballots, however, falling 1 vote short in 2015 and 2022. Now, for me, it's a great day to get Parker in. I think Allen well deserved, but I'm kind of sad that Tommy John never made it. You see, in baseball, it's kind of weird. Some people that deserve to get in there, sometimes you look at championship titles. You know, Tommy John losing with the Dodgers in 77-78, losing in 81. Tommy John was basically one of the most pure pitchers of his era and really put together some good years. He should be in. Same with Louis Tion. So Dave Parker, again, and involved in the, what do you call, the Pittsburgh, drug situation. The Major League Baseball drug situation, of course, where all these Major League players were busted. But Dick Allen also was a what do you call, part of the emerging black athlete era of the 1960s. When you think of the 60s, Curt Flood, him, Jim Brown, a lot of big key players, Gale Sayers, later Dwayne Thomas, athletes who are willing to do everything he could to win. I think Dick Allen would be better off probably in the National League for most of his career, not with the Phillies. And I'm still kind of shocked that the Yankees never took a bigger chance on him, because he would be an ideal fit, especially in that era. And Dick in Oakland as well would have been a great fit with Reggie Jackson, Campaneris, Bando, all the people. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out more about the voting process, go on ESPN, go on MajorLeagueBaseball.com. I think, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see probably in the next few years, now that Allen and Parker is in, John will make it in Tiant. I think they're not really looking at the 1970s seriously. And look at Dave Kingman, too. I mean, that's another one, and that's controversy on our site. We believe Dave should be getting in. A lot of people I've blocked on the channel because they're saying Kingman doesn't deserve it. Well, he saved the NL East for himself. He would sell more tickets than Taylor Swift. He was the Taylor Swift of baseball at the time. So it's all a matter of opinion, but my opinion counts because I lived through that era and I know how good Parker and Allen was. So well deserved. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our Baseball Hall of Fame podcast, let us know in a like, comment, subscribe, or share.